This is Caitlin, your host of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. All right, hello, and welcome back to another episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and we are wrapping up March. Yes, another month has come to an end, and I will say I felt better for what I completed in March and momentum of watching stuff in March than I have in the last 2 months, the first 2 months of 2025. So, I wasn't in a slump, but I think I have found a balance where I can still watch things and still care, not be as depressed as what the world is going on right now. So that's good because I'm gonna be really, really busy with watching dramas and recording stuff in April that I kind of needed to get my act together. I'm still really behind in some things when it comes to March where I have to binge a lot of stuff, which is not ideal, but I can do it. I can do it, which means might have to move some episodes around in April. I'm debating using April because I kind of used March as a way to empty stuff off my watch list. And I'm kind of debating doing the same with April because there's a lot of dramas in April and May, well, fair few, where I'm going to be watching older dramas, not on air dramas. So either I'm not going to watch any on air dramas and wait until they're complete and then watch them, or just not start stuff as they air. I don't know. I pretty much have come to the conclusion I'm probably not going to be watching a lot of on air K dramas because I'm behind on the ones that I'm currently watching and I have no idea when I'm going to be able to get caught up. And as you will know, in April, there's not a lot of airing Korean dramas I'm excited for in April. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see what I watch in April. But first thing, if you have never been on a wrap up episode before, this is where I talk about all of the dramas that I've completed in the last month and then everything I'm looking forward to in the upcoming month. Now, due to me saying that I have not a lot of dramas I'm looking forward to in April, specifically airing Korean dramas, I'm gonna break a rule of mine that I normally try to uphold, but I will talk about that when we get there. The first part, I'm going to talk about everything I completed, give you my little mini reviews, and then I'm going to talk about anything I dropped in March, and then we will move on to what I'm excited for and what I'm looking forward to watching. As I said, we'll see what happens when it comes to what I'm currently going to be watching in April because it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a lot of mixing of old and new dramas, maybe all old ones. I don't know. It'll be a very interesting month because life also is happening in April. I have a couple things happening that might cause me to not watch as many dramas in April. I don't know. 2025 might be one of those years where I just am not going to be watching a ton of stuff, but we'll see. We're still making podcast episodes. We're still chugging along. I'm only competing against myself, really, at this point. But April will be interesting. This might be a little bit of a shorter episode just due to how I don't know, what I plan to watch, what I completed, that type of thing. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how long. Anyway, first up, we're going to talk about everything I completed in March. I feel like I did a pretty good job with completing some things, but I still didn't complete as much as I planned to. There's a couple things I'm still wrapping up. I also wanted to get more caught up on the airing stuff I was watching, or at least have a good pace with the dramas that I need to finish for podcast recordings. Alas, we're not there. I am behind on pretty much everything, literally everything, not just I'm caught up on this one drama and it's the best thing. I'm behind on everything. I should be way more caught up than I usually am, and that's on me. But attitude wise, March was a lot better for me. But I will end up binging a lot of stuff in April because I need to finish some things in April due to podcast recording. So there's going to be a lot of binging in April, which again, I'm a horrible binger. So we'll see how this goes. But in March, I completed 4 things. The first thing I'm going to talk about is Offline Love. I rated this a 9.5 out of 10. I'm so glad I watched this. It's a Japanese reality TV show. It's on Netflix. I adored this show. I absolutely adored this show. I am praying we are getting a season 2 at some point. It's just adorable and sweet and the perfect show to binge. I got very invested in certain people and potential couples. I did downrate this because with one guy in particular, I soured on him after something he did in a middle episode, maybe episode 7 or so, and I just did not like him as much after that. And then I also did not like the host panel as much as compared to some of the other shows I watch. I didn't dislike them. I just didn't really, I guess I didn't connect with them really. And I didn't like their reactions to the dating. When it comes to Offline Love, basically what the concept of the show was is they take 5 men and 5 women and dump them in a foreign country or city, really, with no electronics. And they have to kind of find each other in this city, go on dates. They can communicate through the mailbox. It's super cute. And as always, with these dating shows, they have a panel who is watching along with us and commenting on stuff. And none of the people on the panel I had seen before. There's sometimes where they'll bring on the same people or same certain person who has done other shows. None of these 3 people, they were all new to me. And I don't know. I just didn't. It's not like I disagreed with what they were saying or anything, but I don't know. Their reactions just weren't as. I didn't like them. I didn't feel like they had anything really more to add to the dating show, I guess. I didn't think their commentary really added anything, and their jokes were okay. There was a couple comedians on the panel. It was also a smaller panel. There was only 3 of them, which normally I'm used to like 5 to 7 people, and maybe that's it too. It was a smaller panel. But anyway, the panel just I didn't really connect with, so that's why I kind of downgraded that. Also, not all my faves got a happy ending, which for me, it happens a lot more than you think. I think that happened the same with The Boyfriend, but overall, it's totally worth the watch. I need a second season. I would binge this again. And now I'm on the hunt for another romance reality show because, I mean, I have a long list of these shows I need to watch anyway. I need to check those out. That was Offline Love. I rated that a 9.5 out of 10. Next, we're going to talk about the anime Zenshu. I watched this on Amazon Prime, or I have a Crunchyroll subscription on Amazon Prime. This was one of the animes that I didn't plan on watching that I caught my eye in January, and I ended up watching as it aired. As I said, I will never watch anime as they air ever again because too short of episodes and everything like that. But I went into this anime with 0 expectations, and I was pleasantly surprised. If you don't remember what this anime is about, it is about a girl who's an animator. I still have not decided what happened to her. It was never explicitly said. I don't know if she died or she just got really sick and is in a coma. I'm not sure. All I know is she ate some expired food and got sick off of it, which caused her to faint at her workplace. And this caused her to be whisked into a movie that she loved as a child, and she attempts to change the outcome of the movie. She has her own powers within this movie. She has a Sailor Moon transformation scene in this, and I had no expectations for this anime, and I was, as I said, pleasantly surprised. I love the found family. Also, the story, it was hopeful, but also was tragic. The story was very emotional. The visuals are beautiful to watch. Her transformation scene was always a delight. I did wish we got one more episode at the end to get more time with the main couple. The anime was just so unexpected for me though. And you could tell the creators cared about this project and wanted to make something unique that stood out and was different from everything else that was airing at the time. Because this isn't based off a manga, as far as I know. It's like an original story, and the company who created the anime made the stories. It didn't come from anywhere, which I think made it stand out even more. I rated this a 9 out of 10, and that was Zenshu, the anime. 2 more things. The next thing that I completed was a rewatch of the Chinese drama Medical Examiner Dr. Chin, Season 1. You can watch this on Viki. As I said, this was a rewatch for me. It's a solid classic crime drama. It does look a little dated now because I think it came out in 2016 or so, but the cases are still interesting. I didn't watch this as it aired, but I watched it at least 5 years ago, probably more than 5 years ago. I forgot how episodic this C drama was. It's a procedural episodic drama. You have a crime that lasts 2 or 3 episodes, and then you move on to the next crime. I forgot how episodic this was. Some cases are more predictable than others. I still love the trio as much as I did the first time, but it isn't a perfect drama and by any means. You'll notice some flaws. As I said, it looks dated a little bit. I had forgotten some of the things, especially with the main problem. Forgotten that the story never investigated the overarching case that they had throughout the drama because this is based off of a really, really popular book series in China. When they made this drama, it was planned to have a season 2, and if that did well, a season 3. And so my theory, because I've never seen the season 2 part of this because it's never been available and it still isn't available in the United States to watch. My theory is they saved the overarching case to have in season 2. And then I've never seen season 2. They never concluded the big bad case that happened, but they mentioned it throughout the entirety of season 1. But I do plan to watch as many seasons as I can get my hands on of this Chinese drama legally here in the US. I know I don't have access to every single thing. As I was saying, season 2 is one of them. So it'll be interesting to see what I eventually end up watching and can get my hands on. I rated this an 8 out of 10, same as I did the first time I watched it. I think it's still a very solid crime drama, and you would enjoy it if you watched it, especially if you like the crime genre. It's nothing groundbreaking. I mean, at the time, it was very groundbreaking. Now, it's not that groundbreaking. It's actually a little dated. At the time, Chinese dramas were not this type of Chinese drama was not popular. It was the procedural crime, autopsy, professional drama was not popular at the time that this came out. Um, Nowadays, they're a dime a dozen. But overall, I would still recommend Medical Examiner Dr. Chin Season 1. If you have seen this, let me know what you think, or if you do watch it, let me know what you think. I'd be curious to see what you guys think after 10 years of it being out, really. And last but certainly not least, the last drama that I completed in March was Secret Relationships. It's a boys love BL Korean drama that aired on iQIYI. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I probably would have rated this higher, but all of the characters, and I mean all of the characters, are toxic in this drama, and I just could not condone how toxic all of these characters were. Obviously, there's a scale. Some characters are more toxic than others, but there's not one character out here in this drama that is not toxic. So if you are looking for a toxic, drama-filled, crazy Korean BL drama, Secret Relationships is for you. If you are looking for a fluffy romance, don't try this one out because it will make you angry. And just don't do it. All of these characters did actions that contributed to the toxicity of this story. I knew the minute it was revealed that it would be 3 guys going after the same one guy, I knew it would be messy and I knew it would be toxic. And acting was superb though. The acting was great. If you're looking for something light and fluffy, don't watch this at all. There are some hard and intense topics explored, which I did appreciate. I did also like there was some very not very, but there were some complex characters and relationships explored. Again, though, could not get over how toxic this drama was. If you're looking for a messy, toxic, just juicy, crazy drama, you will be like, how toxic can these people get? Secret Relationships might be for you. Just say, man, it took a turn. It took a turn that I did not predict. That was Secret Relationships. I rated that an 8 out of 10. And that was everything I completed in March. So we have 1 anime and 3 dramas. I have not completed Solo Leveling Season 2 yet, so that will probably be April, even though it did air the last episode yesterday. I just haven't gotten the time to finish it. I am aware Solo Leveling is complete, and I am loving Solo Leveling, so I can't wait to complete it, but I also don't want it to be over at the same time. Anyway, moving on to dramas that I dropped. I dropped one drama in March, and that was The Witch. It's a Korean drama. You can watch it on Viki. I think when it came to The Witch, I had very different expectations than what we got in the drama. I think that was the main reason why I dropped it. In hindsight, I probably should not have even watched this drama because the trailer and some of the tags on MDL did point to it could have been a suspense drama, it could have been more of a mystery drama, and that is what I wanted out of the drama. And even the supernatural, I wanted something along those lines. And that's not what I got. I mean, it started out interesting, it definitely had some mystery, but it didn't have enough for me to stay interested. I also mainly dropped it because it's super slow, very slow. It's only 10 episodes and it crawls with the story. And it didn't seem to go anywhere, and I just was like, I can't stick with this and justify binging this to finish it just to finish it because I'm not enjoying it. I dropped it. I don't even know how it ended or anything like that. So if anybody wants to DM me and tell me what they think, I'm all ears. I still need to watch. Apparently, this is in the same universe as Light Shop and Moving. I still need to watch those. I hear they're fantastic, but sadly, I dropped The Witch, even though I love Jin Young. But that was the only drama I dropped in March. And lastly, we are going to talk about everything I am looking forward to in April. And as I said, April will be a very interesting month for me. There are quite a few things that I need to complete and watch for upcoming podcast episode recordings, like older stuff. And as I said, I'm also behind on most of what I'm watching. The dramas I need to watch for podcast recordings and the dramas I'm already watching are probably going to take priority in April. That does not mean I haven't found things I'm interested in watching for April. I might just not start them until May or June or whatever, but I have added them to my plan to watch list if I get access to them. The other thing is I'm not really interested in a ton of stuff, especially airing Korean dramas, especially with the dramas that have premiere dates too. There's really also in April, it might be an opportunity for me because at least when it comes to airing Korean dramas, I'm only going to be interested in one or two of them. There's other dramas I'm interested in, but normally in Korean dramas, at least outside of 2025, I would probably be interested in 4, 5, 6. April is sticking to my pattern of only being interested in 2 or 3 airing Korean dramas. Less in April than in March. It'll be interesting to see what I end up starting and watching and completing because, as I said, I am making the priority to finish the things I'm already watching as well as the stuff I need to watch for podcast episodes. I will also be discussing some rumored dramas in this section because if I don't, I won't have much to talk about. And that is the thing I try to avoid. I try to talk about things that have been confirmed, at least with premiere dates. If they are confirmed with where they're going to air, I obviously add that information in. But because I'm only interested in 2 or 3 things that have premiere dates, I need to talk about rumored ones, or this is going to be a very short episode. We'll see what I actually end up starting because, as I said, priorities and I'm trying to exercise time management here. The first one I'm going to talk about is a Thai drama that's supposed to air on April 1st, tomorrow. I'm recording this on the 31st. It's called Leap Day. I'm interested in this drama for 2 reasons. Rumor is it's probably going to be airing on YouTube on GMM TV. I have not gotten confirmation on that, but I'm assuming that's where we're going to get it in the United States because that's where a lot of the GMM TV dramas, Thai dramas we get are. And so I'm interested in Leap Day for 2 reasons. One, I like some of the cast in this drama. I think they have some very talented actors and actresses in this that immediately caught my eye. I don't know some of the other cast members. I'm always excited to find new people I like and to follow. Obviously, the other main reason why I'm interested in this is the synopsis. It's a thriller, and I think Thailand has done some great thrillers in the past. And I thought this synopsis was quite unique too. The idea apparently in this story, if you're born on a leap day, so 29th of February, I think is the leap day. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. You are cursed to lose somebody you love every 4 years. That's the curse that is going around. And there's two main guys who have this curse apparently. And the idea of a curse is always interesting for me to explore in a drama. I've never heard of this type of setup. That is what made me interested in Leap Day. I'm curious how these characters are going to meet, overcome this curse, discover that they have the same curse, maybe. And also because it's thriller and crime genre, it's always nice to explore that genre from other countries because I always find something unique that I can compare to the genres I already like or the countries I've already watched, you know? And as I said, Thailand has had some great thriller crime dramas out there that I appreciate. That is Leap Day. It's going to air on April 1st, and rumor is it's going to be YouTube. The only confirmed airing Korean drama that I am interested in is the Korean drama Karma. It will be on Netflix and it will air on April 4th. So I'm interested in this for two reasons. One, it's a crime drama, obviously. I don't know much about it, which is why I'm also interested in it. There's some mystery about it and some unknowns, which makes me curious about it even more. This drama explores the lives of six people and how they become entangled in each other, and somehow they're entangled in each other due to a crime. But the ambiguity of that crime and how that connects everybody is what drew me to this drama. I was curious of what is this crime? What is everybody's part in the crime? How is everybody related? How is everybody connected? That type of thing. That is the primary reason why I'm interested in this. It looks dark. It looks intense. There's some intense looking characters in this. It's only 6 episodes. The other reason why I'm interested in this is they have some heavy hitters when it comes to the cast, especially with the crime genre. I've seen a lot of this main cast of the 6 people in other crime dramas, and I have liked them in those other crime dramas. And then others also of the 6 people, I've seen maybe one role of theirs in a crime genre. I'm also curious with more of quote unquote the newbies to see how they do in the crime genre. It's a good mix of variety when it comes to veterans in the crime genre or sort of newbies, but I know all of them have done crime genre before. It's not like a actual newbie who has never done the crime genre before. This Korean drama looks dark, intense, thriller, crazy, violent. It's a Netflix show, so it's going to be violent. That is Karma. It's going to be on Netflix, airing April 4th. All right, the next one I'm going to announce is a movie, actually, a Japanese movie that I've had my eye on for a while. I think I watched this trailer February, maybe? I don't know when. It's been at least a month since I first noticed this movie. And it was before I think Netflix even released a trailer. I don't know. But it's called Bullet Train Explosion. It's going to be on Netflix and it's going to premiere April 23rd. Listen, I love the movie Speed from the 90s with Sandra Bullock. This is Speed, but with a train. Immediately when I saw that, I was like, okay, I need to watch this movie. It is literally Speed on a train. They have a bomb on the train and they can't go under a certain speed. And it's a bullet train. It's the conductors, the passengers, and people like trying to figure out how to get off this train or get the bomb off the train or how to deal with the situation. I'm so excited for this movie. So excited. It looks so entertaining. It looks like a fun, action-packed movie. And sometimes you just need that these days. I also like some of the cast, like Saito Takumi. I always like him. It also helps that it's an accessible Japanese movie since it's coming to Netflix. I need to watch more Japanese content, including dramas. So whenever I see some new Japanese movie or Japanese drama being added somewhere, I'm always excited for it. In my opinion, this would be a fun thing to watch on a Friday night after you've had a long day of work. Just something to turn your brain off and enjoy, and it's an action-packed movie for 2 hours. That's what caught my eye. That's Bullet Train Explosion. It premieres April 23rd on Netflix. All right, the 2 others I'm gonna be talking about are rumored for April. There's no actual premiere date. I do have platforms where they probably will air if they premiere, and I have this information as of the 30th of March. If they have announced a premiere date, even on the 31st or tomorrow on the 1st or I don't know, this week, whatever, that is information that won't be in this podcast episodes. This is as of the information I've gathered on March 30th. The first one is the Korean drama Weak Hero Season 2 or Class 2 as they're calling it. It will be on Netflix and it is rumored to premiere in April. Basically, I'm interested in this because I need to watch season 1. Since season 2 is coming out, I finally can use that as an excuse to watch season 1. I've had Weak Hero on my list to check out for a really long time, and just with the scenes that I've caught on social media and everything I've seen about this drama and how heartbreaking everybody looks and how amazing the acting is and how just horribly these people were treated, I'm like, I need to be in a certain mood to watch this. And now season 2 is coming out. I really need to watch season 1. I'm not going to watch season 2 right away, especially since it doesn't have a premiere date yet, but it might be the momentum that I need to watch season 1 now that I have season 2 to watch. And I honestly think I've just been avoiding it because of everything I've seen on social media with all of like the TikTok edits and the scenes. And I know I talked about this with Becky in our host interview in another episode. They look so in pain and so depressed, which kudos to their acting on this. Oh my god, it hurts my heart because the bullying looks brutal in this show, and we're getting a season 2. Acting probably is phenomenal. I'm really curious though because this is season 2 coming out, what season 1 was and why it needs a season 2 or things like that. I've heard that season 1 had nothing to do with the webtoon it's based off of. They kind of just wrote their own story. That's what I heard. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then season 2, I guess, is the actual webtoon. Again, that's what I've heard, which is like, for me, that's like weird. Like the fact that you did season 1 but didn't do the webtoon. Did you always plan on doing a season 2? I don't know. This also is made by Netflix, and season 1 was not made by Netflix, as far as I'm aware. I'm curious if there's going to be a budget difference or a production difference when it comes to Netflix or the Netflix season 2 versus season 1. Also, because it's a Netflix thing, is it going to be more violent? Because we all know Netflix productions are, when it comes to crime stuff and violent stuff, Netflix stuff can be very violent, very violent. Not saying other platforms can't do violence or other networks in Korea can't do violence. I mean, we got the Judge from Hell from last year, which was very, very violent, and that was not a Netflix production. I'm just curious if there's going to be a visible difference when it comes to the budget or the production because season 2 is now a Netflix production. But I still need to watch season 1 and I need to get my act together and actually watch it. So maybe season 2 coming out, rumored at least in April, will get me to watch season 1 and then I can just roll into season 2. That was the Korean drama Weak Hero season 2. It will be on Netflix. It is rumored to premiere in April. And the last drama I'm going to talk about is Love in Pavilion. It is an iQIYI Chinese drama. It's rumored to premiere in April as of March 30th. I have not seen any confirmed date or even a rumored date for this. I am praying that this actually airs in April. This is part of the Matchmaker Fox series. I can't remember what they're calling that series, but there's 3 dramas. One aired last year, and they're still looking to air Love in Pavilion, and then they also have a 3rd one with Cheng Yi. This one actually is the one I was most looking forward to of the trio, and I honestly am praying this drama does well. Liang Zhang is in this, and I love him, and I really just need him to have a good drama that where he's the lead so he can get more attention. Because we had My Roommate is a Detective, which is a fantastic drama. He was great in it. And he did, in my opinion, get some recognition from that, but it just didn't boost him to where I would love to see him. And he's been acting for so long, and I don't know. For me, he's a favorite, so I'm biased towards him, and I really want him to get a role that makes people love him as much as I do. And I really am hoping this is it because I also remember kind of when the cast of this was announced, I almost remember there were complaints of him being casted in this, especially with Lu Shishi. They were saying he's not good enough for her, or they just couldn't picture him as this lead. I kind of remember seeing something about bad comments of him being casted in this. I just hope he proves them wrong, and I hope that this goes well because we all know what happened with the first Matchmaker drama last year. It was not received well, and I really hope this one is. I really do. I'm kind of keeping my expectations low just so I'm not disappointed, but I also have my fingers crossed that this actually is a good drama and goes well because, in my opinion, he really deserves something to go well. Because, again, he's been acting forever. I mean, I've seen him in so many supporting roles at this point. I really want him to get that boost. And I'm also just really excited for this drama. It looks beautiful. They look like really good pairing. I mean, also it's a Shansha, so I'm always excited for a Shansha drama. As I said, I'm really excited for this one of the three that were in this series. This is my one I was most excited for. So I want it to do well, which means I can watch it, you know? That is Love in Pavilion. It is rumored for April. I have not seen a date on it. The assumption from me is like it's mid-April, honestly, but we'll have to wait and see. That is Ichi. And then those are all I'm looking forward to in April. And then I'm going to talk about, as I added in my last wrap up episode, there's a new section. I'm going to talk about some of the older dramas I plan to start due to podcast recordings and other things that are coming up. So I have a podcast recording that I am doing this next week, actually, where I'm going to be watching some Studio Ghibli movies and reviewing them. So I have to watch some Studio Ghibli movies this week in order to get ready for that. I also have a review of Connection, the Korean drama from last year. That is one of my favorite Korean dramas of last year. I have to rewatch that for another review coming up. And then lastly, which I think I said in my last wrap up episode, I also plan to rewatch Love Like the Galaxy because, again, we have another review podcast recording for that. Those are three things that I plan to start in April due to them being older dramas and due to podcast recordings and things. And that, I guess, is the end of my wrap up episode. I know this was a little shorter of an episode and I'm probably talking a mile a minute. So if you missed anything, feel free to message me and ask me questions. But that is everything I've gathered as of March 30th. And I hope you enjoy this little wrap up episode. I hope I finish more in April than I did in March, February, or January. And there's definitely a lot I plan to complete in April. We'll just have to wait and see how this month goes. Thank you for listening to another episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast. And I will talk to you next week. Bye. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky under the username No Sleep for Dramas. That is No Sleep, the number 4 dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.nosleepfordramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. Finally, please give this podcast a like or a follow wherever you listen to the podcast. Leaving a comment or a review also helps a lot. We love hearing ideas and feedback from all of you. Share the podcast with your friends as well. Thank you for listening. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.